I think it's fair to say they'll have better days than this on the field this year. North Wales Crusaders, they've had already better days than this on the field this year. Remember, they were 3 wins on the bounce coming into this particular maelstrom, and I'm sure they'll manage to put this behind them and pick up their season. But now we just focus, you have to say, in all honesty, in all reality, we are focusing now on whether records can be beaten. Can the Toronto Wolfpack get themselves into the record books? That biggest ever score, ironically, by the team who will probably provide their biggest challenge in League One, Barrow, back in 1994 when they beat Nottingham City 138 points to nil. That was a mismatch. This is a mismatch. But not that Toronto are complaining about this. Well, loving every minute of this. They look to rack up as many points as possible. It could be that points difference could be an issue at the end of the year in terms of separating them and potentially Barrow at the top of the table, if they both carry on in the impressive form that they've started so far. Tommy Johnson getting ready to get us underway for this second half. Referee making sure that all is well with his timepieces, and here we go. Johnson puts it high in the air, and Whiting will catch and bring it back towards the 20 metres. And Brian Noble, you suspect that if North Wales Crusaders are going to get anything out of this game, they probably have to score next.
Yeah, realistically, are they looking to win this game? No. Are they looking to play a whole lot better than they did in the first half and take the game to Toronto? Yes, absolutely. And so they get a good start here with a little bit of... See, the weather conditions have got a little bit more inclement, so the rain's coming down a little bit more, and Ryan Burrows can't drag that play in from QLT, so they've got some field position at the start of this second half, though, the Crusaders.
60 points to nil. Records tumbling. Craig Hall has already picked up 28 points today to add to his previously accrued 86, so he's not just beaten that century mark, he's smashed his way through it as Crusaders line themselves up here. Simon Atherton is going to be held up. Moore has a look to the middle of the field where they've got some sprightly action from Millington. Ryan Millington wants to get up and play it as quickly as he possibly can here. Moore out of dummy half, and across it goes to Smith, and quick hands, good passing there from Johnson. So it is a brighter start from North Wales in this second period, and Blake Turner can't keep it up. He's lost the ball, and here comes QLT.
Not only couldn't he not keep it up, he got a see you later from Fui, or could he bring it in? Watch this, which he not only doesn't pick it in, but bang. Ooh. I'm not sure you could take that hit, Dave.
No. Here's Kay. And now Whiting over the halfway line. Toronto begin to plunder again inside their opponent's half. Jacks taken on a stride or two by Fleming and kept alive as well, and QLT put down 20 metres away. Jacks rolls in at dummy half again. Fleming once more. Here's Wheeler, misses that. Moy. It was a forward pass, the referee decides. Into Laithwaite.
So a couple of sets here from the Wolfpack where they haven't executed quite at the death. Turner getting in the way there, putting his body on the line, as you can see, wobbling around on his feet, but got in the way of the big man, Fui. Adjudicated a forward pass anyway, so a couple of misplays from the Wolfpack in relation to execution of skill.
There he is, young player, Blake Turner. I mentioned before, the under-18s. Mention again of his trip to Australia. Just Giving page he's got. Just saying.
He was Just Giving.
Yeah, just saying about the Just Giving. Student World Cup he's hoping to be involved in July this year. Change here. We've got Alex Davidson coming back on because quite clearly Turner's going to have to go off at least for a moment or two to make sure he's okay, get the head checked.
We've talked a lot about the prowess of this Wolfpack team in relation to how they're posting points there, but a lot of that's on the back of they're prepared to bend their backs as well and get forward. Their line speed is very good, and so any people watching that are new to the game, they get forward, they've got to make that meters up, and as you see there, even on a shift play from the Crusaders, that right-hand side of the Wolfpack defence is up and in people's faces.
Mulkeen on that occasion who got the real big physical stoppage. Alex Thompson is 20 metres out, it's played, but they're going from left to right at the moment, eventually get the kick down. That's a good kick, that's a huge kick.
He leathered that, didn't he? Was it Hansen?
Here's Kay to run it back, and Kay still going and has support here. Hall 5 away from the halfway line. First tackle back, taken out of dummy half by Burrows. Or Winger keen to get involved. Wheeler, Moy. Who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him? They grab onto his shorts. The ball's gone backwards, and it might have been kicked by a Crusaders player. It was, so it's a 0 tackle. This is the extra tackle, if you like, here, as it's taken in by Crossley. So the tackle count starts, and Wheeler to QLT, who's over the line for the first try of this second half. Quentin Lula-Tagaga, and I think that's his first of the game so far, and it's 64 points to 0. Toronto now lead.
Well, they showed up in the right place at the right time there, QLT, on the back of a lot of the work from the big fellas. Wheeler finds him out the back. Misread on the numbers, and QLT too quick there from there. Wheeler goes at the line, attracts the halfback Ryan Smith, who thinks the front rower or the back row is going to get the ball, and QLT with just too quick in that little bit of space.
Are we likely to see... Oh, I was literally just about to ask, are we likely to see Sean Penkovic back on the field at some point? And he dashed out. He dashed out from the dugouts. But he's going to have to wait for the restart before he gets out there.
Well, I think he has to wait for the fourth official that's ready for him as well, who's doubling up with a number of jobs here. So you can't just go on the field when they tell you to. You've got to swap a number and a badge. This is the 5th interchange, so Penkovic is out there now. He'll probably see the game out.
Sack the kicker. He's missed one. Hall, his 100% record. He looks as though he should be okay. Blake Turner. Here's the impact when Moy. Ooh, blooming neck. That's a headache.
Blooming neck.
Yeah. I could have said something else, but thankfully I didn't. 10 out of 11 for Hall. 64 points to 0 now. And Crossley will bring it away. 12 metres out from his own line, but even here you sense that Toronto can pack a punch. Driving it down the middle, making big yards with just about every play so far. And Moy, he's going to have a go. They try to keep him hold of his head, but he snaps his neck out of the tackle. Halfway line reached with 3 plays gone.
You're all right there, didn't he, Davidson?
Wheeler, Laithwaite, yep. I think Moy's just made a note of his facial details and number for future reference. Wheeler. Wallace sliding in. QLT, the referee says play on, and QLT will get his second of the game and this half. His second in the space of 3 minutes to make it 68 points to 0.
Well, QLT gets the plaudits for the support play, and once he's through, he's not going to be caught. But it's Wheeler that goes at the line that creates this play, and Wallace takes the line on and gets on the outside of Atherton, and a pass of QLT, and Johnson's going to stop him from there. He's moved him before, and once he plants his feet, Johnson, he's a goner. So Blake Wallace takes the line on, goes through Atherton, offloads to QLT, and he just uses his speed and his body balance to get him over the line.
It's the 12th try of the day, isn't it? And there's the 11th conversion of the day. 0 for North Wales Crusaders, 70 for Toronto.
Well, here's end on. Gary Wheeler goes at the line, attracts does his role, one-on-one for Blake Wallace on Atherton, and the rest is read about it. maybe in the history books later.
Over that side.
10 different try scorers today, I think, if my maths are right. 9 different try scorers. 12 tries scored and 9 different try scorers. Hall with 2, Wheeler with 2, QLT with 2, Jacks, Kay, Wallace, Penkovic, Sidlow, Fui, all getting over as well. Aaron Murphy, what news?
Hi guys, just a quick one. The doctor for North Wales has taken Blake Turner off for the concussion protocol. The youngster will not return to the game today.
Clear!
Something the game is taking very, very seriously at the moment. As well it should do. Oh, that's a dropped ball which has given the Crusaders something to work with here.
There's a little bit of a subplot going on with Davidson and Moi, so they're carrying the ball at each other real strong, which is real good in rugby league. So Sean Fui is going to try and aim up on the boy Davidson, who's really aimed up himself defensively. Here he goes, it's his carry. Let's see who's going to meet who. Here we go. There we go. Knew it was going on.
Move! To me, wait. Go.
Played, picked up.
Low now, okay.
Hansen.
Okay.
Good hands again here, down this right-hand side, but Warburton, Luke Warburton, former Lee Academy, another of the Lee connection. Alex Davidson spun around and put down.
Wait. Go.
Hansen with a kick. Kay with a clear up close to his own line. He's going to be careful here. Well, he's held it up strongly enough to make sure he can play the ball in the field of play. QLT looking towards that right-hand side already. What's going on here? They're looking for something on that right-hand side. Burrow's going to come back down the middle. He's lost possession. And isn't this a lift here?
Just head and feet of the Crusaders.
Yep, home side lifted by the fact that for the first time in this game, they will have possession. And if they can win the scrum. So a test for the Toronto defence here. And they've not had many of those today.
Wait.
Burrow's knock-on has given them this position. Mulkeen looking down that left-hand side. Callan Mulkeen spins it back to Smith. And here it's taken in again. And well, look at the defensive work. Really good. Making sure that Houghton was pushed back. Oh, the interception. Worthington juggles, keeps a hold.
He got it in the end.
Can't get through the set.
It clean bowled him. He was in the line and it hit him, and he didn't know what had happened. And he went back and oh, best carry it in as well. Trying to. Here we see the play. Just came too early, didn't he? It was Atherton that was trying to hit the ball off of Hansen, and Worthington was in the right place at the right time, as they say, but he didn't know much about it.
Penkovic going out of dummy half. Decent carry up towards the 40-metre mark. Kay, he's going to go down this blind side as well. Oh, and not quite held by Whiting. 3 of them tight on this near side, but couldn't quite execute.
Well, it takes a high level of skill to execute this, and it's just a little 3-on-2 that does not quite. I think it's Craig Hall that doesn't quite. It's Richard Whiting that doesn't hold it in, but it's a little short side play, playing with the meters on a short side there.
Fui's off, another spell on the sidelines. Have a big breather. Laugh and a joke.
Time on.
12 tries, 11 converted, 70 points to 0. On Hall count, by the way, he's now on 30 points for the game.
And for the season?
For the season, he's on 116. 46 goals. Toronto with Cookson. Lee Rochdale down the years, released by Rochdale last year, but he had a testimonial, I think, last year. Well-deserved testimonial as well. Here's Davidson, who's just over the halfway line. James Dandy stands and waits at dummy half here. Crusaders trying to build something from this position if they can. recreate the spirit they had before this match kicked off. Give themselves something to smile about. Tandy hauling it back. Hansen puts it high in the air.
That's a big kick.
It's going to bounce out of play, is it? Yes, it is. Almost into the
into
the shot put.
It's not exactly a bad tactic, is it? Even though they concede 7 plays, but with these weather conditions, with a little bit of a wind and the rain against them, it's important that they find some field position, the Crusaders, and that may be one strategy that will work for them.
Laithwaite takes it in. 7 plays, as Brian points out. That's the first. A 0 tackle now with a new rule this year. So a set of 6 starts here, 30 metres out from their own line. Sidlow a try-scorer today. They've all been getting in the act. There's not many who've not scored. But those who've appeared on the field. Bailey's back on the field as well. Here he is, catches the ball, passes away. Wallace with a pass. Worthington. Almost as if he had second thoughts after passing that ball, Wallace, wasn't it?
It was good catch at the line from Worthington, wasn't it?
Struggles away from defenders. Whiting is claiming there were defenders in the way. He's going to give a knock-on. First knock-on against Whiting, who's asking the referee, was he square? Referee? Was he square? He's still not convinced, is he?
He's not, no. I think what he's saying is he saying that the Crusaders player knocked it out of his hands?
Crusaders players were standing not square, I think. John Cookson standing to the left of the ruck, but I don't think that's going to be a point of analysis at the end of the game. Not with all them tries to talk about. They're carrying it well here, the Crusaders. Tandy looking to move things forward again here. Millington's involved. Tandy back towards the middle by Atherton. Tandy again. Couple of tackles still to go. Here's Hansen hauling it left to Smith. Smith with a little kick over the top. The chase is on here. QLT watches it bounce, and Mulkeen will claim the try, but the touch judge is not for playing. He says that ball was out of play, that he didn't touch it down before it went out of play.
Smart play from the Crusaders. Great kick as well. Does he get the ball down or does he go out of play? Oh!
It's a try.
Mulkeen is claiming the try, and was it a try?
Callum Mulkeen has been denied, and the home coach Mike Grady is pretty annoyed because they both felt that should have been a score. And boy, they need breaks like that on a day like today.
Yeah, I agree with him. I think it was a
Aaron
smart
Murphy
play as well on the kick.
Sorry, Brian. Aaron Murphy.
Guys, I just spoke with Crusaders head coach Mike Grady. He's not happy about that call, of course, but he also told me credit where it's due. He's impressed with the expansive rugby being played even on a wet pitch by the Wolfpack, the balance of attack. He also told me that at the start of the season they were winless with him in the coach's gantry, so he came down pitch side and they had gone 3-0. He had a wry smile for me and told me he might have to go back up and leave pitch side, go back up to the gantry after this defeat today.
Well, there's room for him if he wants to come up here. It's quite dry as well. I know you're getting rained on down there with your big Premier TV umbrella, trying to keep you as dry as you can. Here's a kick for Kate to chase. I think that's going to bounce out of play. It's going to beat everybody, that one, and that's going to be a 7-tackle restart back on the 20 minutes. This time for the North Wales Crusaders.
So break up the middle, which we've seen on a number of occasions. Good hands from the Wolfpack. Kick play that gives the Crusaders a little bit of respite and an extra tackle, so they'll be pleased with that.
We need a ball. There it is. Now, little ball boy bringing the ball back on the field. Good effort, good effort. Keeping himself warm and entertained. It's been a different half, this half, hasn't it? We've seen the 2 QLT tries, but there's a little more control of things from the North Wales Crusaders in this second half.
Well, a couple of things. I think the coaches got them to aim up. They were aiming and the penalty here now, so it's being levelled out a little bit here. So 7 players and a penalty and a disallowed try. There should have been a try, so they got a bit of momentum and they got the wind behind them and a bit of weather. So it's more of a bad weather footy day, if that's all right. If there is such an expression, well, there is now because I've just said it. But it's you know, the inclement weather does close down the skill element of what you're trying to do.
Trying to take it out of dummy half there by James Dandy. Hanson going left, and here comes Millington again. He's played for the Blackpool Panthers. Remember the Blackpool Panthers of yesterday? And the South Wales Scorpions before they changed their name. There's a kick and a chase, but Burrows should be back to deal with it here. Has to dance out of dummy half and has done.
He did well there, didn't he, to get out of his in goal. Another smart kick from Smith. That's two cracking kicks on the bounce, and a bit of footwork here from Hall to try and clear his line.
And just paying credit as well to the North Wales approach here in this second half. I mean, it takes a bit of character, doesn't it, given the mauling, the absolute mauling they had in the first half, to come out and face up the challenge. And they are facing up the challenge.
Well, definitely. I said at half-time they weren't going to win this game. They knew that, but that doesn't stop you enacting your own bits for going forward in the season.
You don't give up. You don't give up. It's a rugby league trait. You carry on fighting, even if you are being outgunned. Wallace is the dummy half. It's going to be Wheeler to put it high, end over end. Johnson underneath it. No pressure from chasers, really. So he's allowed to catch it and try and see if he can find a gap to run at. He can't. Not find the gap. He runs, but he can't find the gap. Ryan Bailey, he doesn't offer much of a gap, does he, when he's standing in front of you? Crusaders doing it tough again. Couple of tackles already gone. They find themselves just outside that 20-metre mark. So right it comes to Luke Warburton. He was signed by the previous coach, Anthony Murray. Luke Warburton, the current coach, by the way, Mike Grady. It's his first season in charge. He was appointed at the back end of last year. Dandy towards the centre, and they hope a way through. But they're struggling to get the yards going here because they've already reached tackle 5. Well, there might have been a claim there for a penalty. Cookson was wanting it, has to get up and play it, and Hanson puts a little kick and chase on. Kay's got it covered. QLT is coming up at 100 miles an hour, but the pass is forward and the pass was dropped. So in every respect, that's a win for the North Wales Crusaders.
Well, this is much of a mental challenge. Well done, the Crusaders. They're trying different kicks. They're trying short kicks, long kicks, and Liam Kay there, and these conditions, Q, you think he should be able to drag that in because he was through the hole if he was. Unfortunately not.
So head and feed for the Crusaders. 20 minutes of the game remaining. They want to see this one out with a bit of character, but the Toronto side want to get themselves back on the score sheet here. Rattle up a few more points. They're having to defend here. A bit of honesty required for the team in black. Having to defend as North Wales bring it forward. Smith, and then cut back on the inside from Alex Davidson. Davidson carrying it well. Toronto backpedaling closer towards their own goal line at the moment. They are under a little bit of pressure here. One try chalked off by the Crusaders. Can they set themselves up with another? Batted out to this right-hand side, and Worthington, who seeks a passage back down the middle. Here's Tandy. Smith, the grubber. Nicely picked up.
Great pick, wasn't it?
Very easy.
Wheeler again.
Yeah, very easy.
Looked easy. These conditions,
yeah.
It's never easy. So they've cleaned up and swept up there as Wheeler for this Wolfpack team. And there's some smart kicking going on from the boy Smith, isn't there? From this Crusaders team.
Yeah, we mentioned before the St. Pat's link. I don't know if we mentioned he was a Rochdale player as well once upon a time. Ryan Smith. Burrow spinning it away. Has to go down with possession. A couple of tackles to go in the set. QLT is already looking for a hat-trick, having scored 2 at the start of this second half. But he's now going no further than that on this particular carry. 6 tackle coming up. Wheeler again, the kick towards the corner, making North Wales do a lot of the hard work. It's brought out by Corey Lee, almost to the 10 metres.
So, swapping baseline shots there like a tennis team. The game starts like this, may have been different, but Nice kick from Wheeler to make sure that the Crusaders have to do the tough stuff out of their own half, and he drops the ball.
Lost possession. Tough stuff failed on that occasion because it's given Toronto a great position again here. It's the free play at the moment as Hall will take it in and tries a little sidestep or two, but advancing defenders swarm around him. But the tackle count starts from here. 6 tackles to go, 10 metres to cover. Toronto in great position. Wheeler again, Bussey straightening things up. They're clutching around him, trying to stop him, trying to stop him getting the offload as well. Jacks, Wallace, Wheeler. There's some creativity in that little triumvirate.
It was a good read from the defender as well. I think it was
an offside position though, I think. Sudden gust of wind. Conditions of, well, we talked about the maelstrom in the first half from Toronto. He's turning into a maelstrom quite literally here at the moment. The wind is blowing, the rain is hurling down at the moment. Our advertising board has just crashed over. Nobody hurt. Here comes Wallace, back to QLT. Worthington steps in and tries to step away, but they're hanging on. Here comes Kay to hurl it back towards the middle. Electrician's getting concerned because it's raining on all the equipment, but we'll stay here. And a penalty for Toronto right in front of the sticks.
I think he's gone for a head-high shot there, has he?
Relentless at the moment. Bailey taking it in. Decided it was too high. So here's Bussey. Held up. Lost the ball. Penalty. Another penalty. Stolen. The referee's decided. Little chat here with James Dandy.
You improve it, you don't play out again because you know what happened then.
You're hopping about there.
Oh, cramp in my left foot. Here we go. It's with Wheeler. Wheeler back to Wallace. Wallace held up 5 yards away. So in steps Jacks. Sidlow. Try scorer wants another, but he's going to be held up. Gargantuan effort here from the North Wales Crusaders in defence because they're being put under so much pressure. Time and time again, QLT drops the ball. They swarm forward, and the team in red and green will cheer a little mini
and the
try.
Crowd are rising up, and why not? The second half's been a whole lot better for them, hasn't it? Appreciating the efforts that they're putting in, and QLT spilled his lollies.
So they'll all take a big breather here. The scrum formed. When's it going to sunshine this year on a consistent basis? Danny the man at dummy half. Toronto trying to make sure their opponents don't get too much further downfield in this set. But a real honest effort here being provided by North Wales Crusaders. They've really had to dig deep, haven't they? Given the absolute mauling they got in that first half, they've dug deep and they're providing a bit more resistance here now. Houghton held up 25 metres out. Back it comes, the kick is fired downfield off the boot of Smith, straight down the throat of Liam Kay to run it back. Kay with QLT, and Lola Tugagai is put down just inside the North Wales half.
Yeah, he caught that one in relation to trying to link up with his winger, Liam Kay.
Burrows involved. Jacks is involved. Bailey is never far from being involved when he's on the field. This is Jacks to Bussey. Bussey now to Whiting. They're testing the line. They're not finding anything wanting in that defensive effort. Whiting goes down. Jacks goes left. Wallace again fires it out to Kay. It was a forward pass. Brave effort, but a forward pass.
Yeah, it's just the execution element there. Really fine lines and fine margins on the short side there. So you've got to nail your skill, and Wallace adjudicated. First Kay's out on the sideline and it's adjudicated. It's a forward pass.
Work it, Mark. Let's get square. Don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy. The referee's saying, let's get square. I think you can accuse either side of being lazy today.
No.
Okay, fellas, here we go.
Unfair, don't you?
Yeah. Harsh criticism from the referee. Crusaders taking it forward. Dummy half, it's Dandy. It's one out and driving it forward, trying to earn some hard yards here and look for a big kick maybe at the back of it, but now they move a little more adventurously towards that left-hand side through Millington, who's put down 9 short of the halfway line. Rain pouring down at the moment, absolutely lashing down. I think you might be able to guess that from what you're watching. It is pretty horrendous conditions here. 12 minutes to go. Just the 10 points scored by Toronto in this second half, and the Crusaders keeping it alive. Well, they're allowed to play on. This might be going out of play, is it? No, Kay's got to deal with it. That's turned into a terrific kick, by the way.
Great kick from Lee, wasn't it? The speculator. They'll see you later, and just hoofed it and followed up their chase. Well done, the Crusaders.
Well, look at that. They're growing, aren't they? They're growing in energy and enthusiasm here now. This North Wales side. This is Hall to pop the balloon, and Wallace, who's got that sublime ability to slide through defenders, but not this time. Bussey spins it right. Wheeler helps it on. Here's Jacks. Running at pace here. Wheeler shows a little dummy. Hall's on his inside. He's in for a hat-trick. Craig Hall is over for a hat-trick. On the day he passed 100 points for the season, he now has 34 points for the day.
It's great skill. Wheeler takes the line on the short side here. Nice little dummy. Takes the dummy. Hall's on his inside. Wheeler, the playmaker there for Hall. And it's just that quality of skill. They've been real good in this last 10 minutes. The Crusaders going shot for shot, if you like, baseline for baseline, kicking the ball down there with Lee, but that's that element of quality that the Wolfpack providing. Wheeler going at the line, and I think it was Hansen that tried to cope with what Wheeler might do, what he might not do. What he did was take off and go through the line and find a pass play for Hall.
13th try of the day, of which Hall has scored 3, and of which he has converted 12. So 36 points, a personal haul of 36 points from Craig Hall.
Well, it's a feat in itself to score that many points, and it's that element of quality again that the Wolfpack provided, certainly at this level, and it's been a tougher challenge this second half.
Yeah, just at the 16 points scored in the second half, but it was just the 60 points in the first half. Record number of points in a game. Chris Thorman, who these days is on the coaching staff at Huddersfield, who got those 56 points for York against Northumberland University those years ago. Craig Hall still needs a few to catch up with that. He's 20 points behind that. Moi Moi back on the field and back with an appetite to take them on face to face.
I think he plays the game north to south.
The Tongan sidestep, straightforward. Jacks to Bussey. Bussey pops it up. There's an offload. Moi Moi's running on the end of it. Are they happy they bowled him over? Jacks scurrying after the ball. Bailey now. Just pushing them off, driving him in. Little one-handed offload by him, and that's good. And Laithwaite pops it over the top. It's going to go to ground. There's a chance here for a chase. No, there was a North Wales touch which means that Ryan Smith is denied his moment of glory.
Well, I think everybody in the, well, pretty much everybody in the crowd are wanting Smith to go the distance there, but clearly knocks this on. Well, it's off this, certainly off of Bloomfield, wasn't it?
Seven and a half minutes to go. 76-0. The score at the moment. And they're taking a bit of time out here. Giving some treatment for Simon Atherton, former England Lions tourist Simon Atherton. He's another with a St. Patrick's link, Wigan St. Patrick's link.
Okay, fellas. Right, drop the 20. The 20. Time on.
Big smiles from Aaron Moore. Wallace, QLT, Worthington to his left. They're trying to make some space here. QLT with a pass, Worthington dragged down. Kay. Wallace again. Sidlow. Doing well to hold on to his arm there. Millington making sure he couldn't get the pass away, Sidlow. Jacks, Moy. Has he lost it? Yes, he has. And his desperation to get over, he forgot to carry the ball. And a big cheer again from the home crowd at their sides, defending on their own line.
Well, they've aimed up, and that's all the coach could ask them to do in this second half. It's as easier said than done. He's near the line there, maybe trying to outstretch and spill the ball.
Just hit the ground on impact, didn't it? 6 minutes on our clock, not the official clock, of course. It's in the gift of the official timekeeper as to how much longer there is left to play, but that gives you a general guide, a very rough guide as to how long we've got to go here. Moy coming out, misses the tackle. This is good from Mulkeen.
Good play from Mulkeen, because Fui Moy had lined him up, he sidestepped him, pretty much just got out of the way. Great carry.
Moore wants it played quicker. It's a very slow play, the balls at the moment. I think they might be a little quicker next week. Toronto, how long is he taking? There's a kick downfield off the boot of Moore.
Cookton was upset about something, but my tip is do that start of the game, not with however many minutes are left, 5 minutes.
Yep, 5-ish. Kay. Hear the rattle of limb upon limb there as Kay is going to ground. Burrow. Ryan Burrow.
Wasn't that high?
Yep. I think the referee was waiting to see if his head was staying on. Decided it was, so he gave the penalty, and a little bit of mismatch in size there between Ryan Millington and Ryan Bailey. Ryan's war very nearly there between those two.
Again, I think it clearly is a head-high shot. Goodness me. Ryan Bailey took exception to that and went and helped his player.
It's up here, lads, it's up here. No, it's up.
Just kicked a touch.
To me.
Ray Noble's got the duty of picking man of the match as ever here today. We'll find out who he's picked in just a short while, but several candidates on the Toronto side. It's Moy down this left-hand side, charging in again. That was a brave effort, wasn't it, from Hansen?
Hansen did well, didn't he?
His dad will be proud. Step by Jacks. 5 away from this Crusaders line. Wallace going left. No way through the middle. Jax is in there at dummy half again, 10 metres out. Whiting's coming to this left-hand side. Moy's on the left-hand side. It beats them both to Worthington. Worthington tries to get in. He's certainly over. Has he got it down?
Yeah.
Yes, he has. And Worthington becomes the latest.
Do you have a say in that, Linesman? You give us nothing. Do you have a say in that, sir?
Well, I suspect there's a bit of an argument going on. I think we heard that, didn't we? But that should have not been given. But Worthington's not going to complain. He's got it.
Well, I think the referee's given this because he's on the inside where Worthington gets to, and the linesman, that's a tough ask for the linesman. The referee thinks he's seen it, and let's have a look, see if he gets it down. Gets on the outside. An interesting one.
10 different try scorers now, by the way. Couple of minutes to play. Craig Hall on 36 points at the moment. Here's Hall from the touchline, but he hasn't got the range at this time, so he remains 12 out of 14, but 80 points to nil. And Brian Noble, your man of the match today?
Craig Hall, 36 points is it for the Hall for the game, and scored a couple of great tries, has done some clean-up work in the backfield, and in a great team effort again from the Wolfpack. I think he's been the standout player.
So very nearly into the last play of the game, 90 seconds to go. They're going short here, North Wales. Bailey has spilt it. Hansen has it. Referee says knock on. First knock on was by Toronto, and so head and feed for the Crusaders.
He'd be pretty pleased with his debut as well, I should imagine. He's gone all right, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. And Penkovic getting, obviously we're not seeing 80 minutes from Penkovic, nowhere near, but a chance for him to get a bit of his conditioning back as well today, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Last minute of the game, 80 points to nil. Toronto lead. Wonderful display of attacking rugby league for them in that first half. Great character shown by North Wales in the second, but an inevitable outcome in favour of the Canadian side here by a distance. They'd love a try back right at the end. Millington's battling away. The Crusaders want something to remember on a positive note from this game here. Not just their fight in the second period, a score as well. There's a lovely little kick. It's chipped on as well by Houghton. Oh, and it's just gone too far.
They've been unlucky on their kicks, haven't they? They've tried something, they've done something different. Quite rightly feel they should have had a score in the left-hand side. And Mulkeen put the ball down, if you remember, and then Smith's been chipping away and nibbling away.
He's given a penalty.
Was it?
Yeah, he's given a penalty for holding. So, a little bit of a tug on the shirt, which has given them hope here. Reminder, we're into stoppage time now. So what can they make from this? Moore, Hansen, out back to Johnson, the fullback, who's just over 10 away. They're clapping them home, the Crusaders fans. The Welsh supporters on their feet, trying to urge their side to get a late try here. Warburton's put down, the ball's gone out of play, and not only is that the end of that set, it's the end of the game. The referee blows full time. 80 points to nil for the Toronto Wolfpack. A game categorised by the outstanding first half performance by Toronto and the spirit shown by North Wales in the second half.
Yeah,
Noble.
absolutely good, fair reflection on the game there, Dave. We all expected over the 100, maybe the cricket score in the second half, but it's a measure of the effort from the Crusaders that they've restricted it to 30 points. Was it in the second half, or just short of 30 points?
20 points, just a 20.
And that on the prowess and the physical and the talented and the skill and the line-breaking opportunities that the Wolfpack was restricted in the second half. So they'll be thrilled with their second half efforts, the Crusaders. But at the end of the day, it's another convincing win for the Wolfpack.
Yep, on they go. What is that, game 5 now? And Craig Hall especially having a fantastic day today with his couple of tries, a hat-trick of tries I should say, And all those goals he kicked as well, 12 goals, 36 points for him alone, Craig Hall, today. And that takes him well through the century barrier in only the 5th league game of the season. 122 points to his name, and Craig Hall is walking across to have a word with our man Aaron Murphy.
Well, 36 points individually, an 80-0 win, 5-0 now in League One. I mean, sum up what was a magnificent spread offense for you guys today.
Yeah, more the first half, obviously. Second half, a bit complacent, but obviously good to go away with the 2 points.
To break the century mark this early in the season, I know you don't want to talk about individual accomplishments, but it is a neat accomplishment, and you must have thought when you got that over, it was a nice little feather in the cap.
Yeah, it's nice, like you said, points are points, and it's all about coming here, getting the win, and staying on top of that table.
Nice again to see Bailey and some of the debuts today, so a complete team effort top to bottom.
Yeah, it was nice. We played the way we did in the first half with so many rested as well. So we'll have a decent week this week going into the cup, and we've got knocked to those. We're going there, and we're going to have a crack at them.
Big week of training coming up before that cup game. What will you be saying as the captain to the guys going into that match?
Probably not too much. Obviously Rose and Finney will sort the week out. I think we'll be in early week. Look at what Salford have been doing lately. They play again Monday, so it's a bit of an advantage for us to rest up now to next Sunday.
Craig, congratulations on the win, congratulations on the century, and good luck against Salford.
Yeah, great, thank you.
So well done to Craig Hall, well done to Toronto, 80 points to 0, well done to North Wales for that second half fight back, as so to speak, as well, having conceded 60 in the first and 20 only in the second. Craig Hall, wow, 36 points today, including a hat-trick of tries, as well as all the goals he's kicked as well. Brian Noble.
Well, this is the clean-up one. He just beats 2 front rows for speed. They just can't handle him, and it was appreciated. He's a quick bloke, as Craig Hall, as well as a smart footballer, and this is the first one. They picks out both the Crusaders front rowers, and they just got no answer. The full-backs out of the line having made a play, so a great start to the game for Craig Hall. And clearly we see
like he's been playing all year, so the fitness is good.
QLT does all the hard work for him, but any support play goes in and out on him, and Craig Hall supports up on the inside. I think his last effort is probably his best effort in relation to the game there. And here we see it's Wheeler, and again Hall has drifted away from his position, and that support play is a talent in itself, isn't it? There's the last angle, and that's Wheeler. Gives the old see you later, and Craig Hall on the right place at the right time.
So he got a hat-trick today, 10 different try scorers today for the Toronto Wolfpack. Let's hear from undoubtedly our happy coach, Paul Rowley, is with Aaron.
80 points on the board. What, as a coach, can you take away from a win like that, and especially 36 points from your captain?
Probably the best thing, we got no injuries. It's just ticking the box, I suppose, and we won't get excited about it because, to be fair, in all due respect, they weren't much opposition for us today, and we were 16-0 at half time. I've never experienced anything like that, to be fair. So credit for them to having a dig in the second half, but also understandably our boys taking the cue off the rack as well, and so just glad to get out of here. The job done.
Debutants Penkovic and Bailey. We'll talk about the new teammates.
I think Ryan Bailey had an outstanding debut, to be fair. I thought he was really strong. His energy was good and he managed himself well. I thought Penke was as industrious as ever. He looked really dangerous from the ruck, but tired. So he needs a little bit more work, going forward. But he just showed glimpses of how dangerous he is and what a fantastic player he is. So real good performances from both of them too, and I'm really pleased. And fantastic acquisitions for the club. Well, now a big week of training heading into the cup. Salford will be somewhat different to that. That the opposition there, so in that respect it's not done us any favours in terms of preparation. Salford top of the league in Super League, so we've got an awful lot of work